Things you find when you don't go looking. We've come down to some crags that I want to come and see.
It's actually a picnic spot. It is signposted, so we will drop the location.
Things you find when you don't go looking. So we're just on our next park up, because obviously we're just heading north. And as we drove through this valley, we looked up and we're seeing this, what looked like a little cave. So we pulled over. So yeah, what I'm standing outside here is the fantastic hermitage cave of San Bernabé.
So we've just come exploring off some of the little paths that are just sort of off from the main monastery. And we've come to this cave, which unfortunately is gated, but I don't know if you can see, just at the back there's a little old doorway. Now the monastery is built into all of these caves, so that means that that doorway actually leads somewhere. But where? This spot's incredible. There's about 3 cuckoos. I don't know if you'll hear them. The scenery is just spectacular. So I don't know if you can see up there's a really interesting rock formation that kind of looks a little bit like Monkey Fingers Canyon that we visited in Morocco. Down there you've got some beautiful tabletop hills and then really interesting cliff edges that almost make it look like it almost used to be coastal line. But there's so much different landscape around here. And it's been a stressful, sort of disappointing kind of day. There's a couple of, well, it started off that way. A couple of things that we tried to go and see that didn't work out. Turned out brilliantly in the end. And also with this place here, that this one's on Stevie, he found another blinder. But yeah, this is a good end to the day. To be fair, it's been really, really humid today, so not surprised that there's a thunderstorm rolling in. But the wind got up, it just sort of came out of nowhere. It was the first time, honestly, the first time that Stevie had decided to fly the drone since Morocco. Because for those of you that don't know, you can't take your drone into Morocco, so you store it, we stored it with Carlos, or you can store it at a few other places in Algeciras. First time we flew it, all of a sudden the control panel starts beeping and flashing and everything, and the thunderstorm that was rolling in, this one behind us, meant that signal was sort of cut off or something, so it was really hectic. The winds got up, it was really it was just typical. As I say, we're on the edge of the natural park. The farmer's already been past, waving and beeping his horn and saying hello, so there's no issues with us being here. It's really pretty. I know it's grey, but that doesn't matter, does it? It doesn't matter. We've needed this, honestly. We've proper needed this.
So I'm just out for a little walk with Lucky this morning. I thought I'd come up the top of this hill because the views around here are amazing. What an area this is. The panorama around here is just fantastic. And all the way down there is Park the Van. What a spot. So the spot we found to park up is just absolutely fantastic. A little bit of off-road to get here. I mean, the farmer passed us last night and he was absolutely sound, waved at us, you know, said hello, good evening, absolutely no bother. It's really clean, so it's well looked after. And I presume that's why the farmer's so cool about it. So we are on one of the actual marked circular hikes. It's a little bit long to just do this morning. So we went up just to see how far this track actually extends to, and it just seems to keep on going. So I'm going to have another look on Google Maps, because I did check, and it looked like it fizzled out, but I'm going to have another look.
again, don't know if you can hear the cuckoos, you can hear the wind, the birds, it's beautiful. It's actually a picnic spot. It is signposted, so we will drop the location, but we kind of happened upon this one. We needed to be in Bilbao, needed to find somewhere just for a good, safe, quiet place to stay. Today is a public holiday in Spain, and we wanted somewhere away from towns, definitely cities, just away from noise. And I think we found it, don't you? But it's really cool. There are so many sort of stone picnic benches there. Down here, the only service on site is a bin, but it is a big one. This is where we had our walk. And then through here, check this out, a little cool little turnstile entry. And it's a barbecue area. How cool is that? But completely sheltered away under stone, keeps everything safe. It's starting to be quite dry around here, so obviously you need it to be safe from fires and embers and all that sort of thing, but it extends right down here, and it's just beautiful. We've seen a few people, they've been incredibly friendly. There was we think a forestry guy that turned up earlier. He said hello, just wanted to say hello to Lucky, no bother at all. And then so many options for walking and riding. This is the car park bit here. There are marked bays. Don't worry that it looks, well, I say it looks like it is on a road corner, but it is so quiet. The roads are so quiet around here. I mean, we've had Lucky running around off lead and it's been absolutely fine. This is the reset that we needed. I don't know when we will learn that when we're not good in our heads, when we're feeling a bit sad, we need to head to the mountains. We're currently at 1,772 feet. It's just wonderful. Anyway, we need to go and have some food, so we'll catch you in a bit. Springtime is one of our favourite times of year. And honestly, spring in Spain is something else. It is just incredible. So we're currently in the north of Spain. We're about 40 minutes outside of Bilbao, and we are now in Basque Country. And Basque Country is just beautiful. It was really interesting. As we were driving through, I was sort of noticing how Swiss it looked, whether that was represented in the names of the towns, in how the landscape looked, even like in the little chalets, they were all so Swiss looking. Looked it up, and turns out there is a huge Swiss influence in this area, which is why it looks like this, why places are named like this. But honestly, and to add to the Swissness, mountain goats just down there. One thing that we love to do, regardless of what the weather is like, but it's always easier when the weather is better, is to come for a good walk. A, we need to give Lucky a good walk. B, we want to give our legs a stretch after being in the van. And C, it is just so good for mental health. Just being outside in nature. And it's such a good way to start our day. It always puts us, and probably you guys, if you do it, in a better mood for the day. It just sets us up better. But when the weather is nicer, you always feel more inclined to want to be outside, don't you? It's just beautiful. So the other reason that we wanted to come on this little walk is there's some rocks that were nearby. Now, Stevie used to climb, used to boulder. He's always really, really interested in these things. We had a quick look on Google Maps and they look interesting, but we couldn't find the path. But that's because it was proper hidden. Oh wow, they're really cool, they're really interesting.
So I hope you can hear us over the wind. It's a little bit windy down here, hence no drone flight, otherwise I would have flown the drone over this morning showing you this absolutely fantastic valley. We'll come down to some crags that I want to come and see. I'm going to say being a climber, not being an ex-climber. I'm going to say being a climber because I've still got massive interest. I kind of walked past a climbing shop without going in and at least touching gear. So I've come down to this crag to have a look around because I really want to see it, and it's a fantastic little spot. We'll drop the what 3 words in for the park up simply because of this crag. If there's any climbers watch us, come and check this out. It's pre-bolted, little routes, you know, you can absolutely kill an afternoon here. You're out the wind actually. It's in the shade, so there'll be good friction. And it looks like a really fun crag, to be honest.
Right, so the plan now is we're going to go back, we're all going to have some food, and then we are heading on the road again. We're still continuing to travel north because ultimately we are heading back to the UK. Because of where we are and where we're going to be crossing the Pyrenees, there's only a couple of crossing options. So I think we're going to be heading towards Pamplona way and then probably crossing over the Pyrenees there. And then this time I think we're going to stay on the west coast or travel up the west side of the country at least. A, because we didn't do that on the way down, and B, because it is the quickest route back to Calais. But for now we've got this. My husband's shaking his head at me. So to be honest, of all the things that we thought we might find out on our walk here, an advert for caravan sales. Definitely not the kind of advert that we would expect to see up here, but there you go. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you don't already, why not hit the subscribe button? And if you've liked what you watched, hit the like button. As always, don't forget to drop us a comment because we genuinely love hearing from all of you. Thanks so much, guys.